Norfolk Southern decided to back out of the town meeting that was going to be in East Palestine, or Palestine, however you pronounce it, in Ohio, over fear of the growing physical threat to its employees. Interesting. It's strange to me that they're worried about their physical health. Meanwhile, they don't care about the physical health of the civilians that live around these tracks. Like I said before, if you live in the Ohio area or you see in this video on your YouTube channel, and you want answers. I know a lot of you want answers as to, is the water safe to drink? Is it safe to go outside and breathe? Those are the things I can't answer. But I can tell you this, and I will keep saying this over and over and over until the FRA, the NTSB, and the STB listens. From everything that I have researched, that the wheel was on fire for up to 20 miles prior to hitting the detector. And a lot of people are saying, well, why don't we have more detectors within shorter routes? But really, it goes deeper than that. How about we start at the source? Why don't we start at the actual railcar inspections with our mechanical labor and carmen? Just for any of you that's not even related to the rail industry or even know who I am, I was a former NS conductor. Before that, I was a carman for a contractor. So I have kind of seen best of both worlds. And, these companies have adopted the scheme from CSX Hunter Harrison, which is called PSR, Precision Scheduled Railroading, which is each train leaves at a certain time every single day, or they try to get it within that time frame really quickly, so that way they know they try and stay organized and on track with their customers. The problem with that is, whenever you have your carman and your mechanical department trying to do rail car inspections, the terminal superintendent, train masters, yard masters of that area, they rush these guys, and I would say on average they're given around 90 seconds per rail car to inspect. Now, even talking with the guys on my channel that are in the department, the carman department, mechanical department, they said that this could probably more than likely been avoided, and it could have been caught if they had more time to actually properly inspect rail cars. For the most part, all they do, from my understanding, that carmen used to do is they go through and they lace air hoses and they do the brake test. They don't actually get to inspect the rail cars like they need to when they check for thin flanges and busted draft gears, which is all this is this terminology. Just they're checking the mechanical parts on these rail cars. So that's where the issue has lied, and it has been like that for years. I had a gentleman comment on one of my posts saying that he was a carman for over 20 years, and he said he has not properly inspected a rail car in over 17 years. Now he's retired and no longer works. But also, just to bring awareness to you, these Class 1 railroads are trying to get rid of the conductor on the head end. I'll be honest with you, the people that live near this track, near this derailment, the reason that you were notified about the derailment over your TV screen, the reason that you were told to evacuate is due to the conductor on the head end. The role as a conductor is definitely, when you're carrying hazardous materials, is if there is a derailment and there is a fire or an ignition or a leak, it is your job as a conductor to know who to call based on what type of materials you're calling. That you're trained and training to do this, and you're given they have a phone, and they know exactly who to call based on whatever chemical they're hauling, and they know what type of chemical they're hauling based on their consist, which has all the details listed, and then they contact the proper authorities. And within minutes, people were interrupted with their Grammys and stuff in Ohio. It pops up and it tells you to get out, and that saves lives, absolutely. So the conductor here and the engineer, this is a team effort here, but the team together, the engineer and the conductor, they saved lives by evacuating those nearby cities. They also unhooked, from my understanding, they uncoupled their train from the rail cars and got their own safety once they had contacted the proper authorities. I wanted to shed some light in my experience past working with NS, being in that Class 1 life, actually witnessing myself, carman and mechanical department, being rushed to get trains rolling. And also, the other problem to that is, if a carman or someone in the mechanical department finds a bad rail car and they try to bad order those rail cars, You will have train masters, terminal superintendents, all of them in that yard will do everything they can to keep that car from getting bad ordered, because of the time that it takes to switch these rail cars out, and that just further delays these trains rolling, because I mean all that stuff takes time. It takes a while to get this stuff switched out. So this is just a real quick video trying to help you understand how this happened, how it could have been prevented, in my opinion. Norfolk Southern is to blame for this. This has been going on for years and years, well before I ever got, when I was a kid, this was going on. And it's something that the FRA, the STB, NTSB, everybody needs to look into. It'd be really simple. All these government agencies have to do is go sit outside one of these yards unannounced, don't let anybody know that they're there, cut their radio on, and just listen to the towers, train masters, and and just listen to how they talk. I mean, they're so bold. When I was there, they would even say it over the radio. They would just tell them, no, we ain't got time for that. So, that will probably stop now, looking at what has happened in Ohio. But, that really needs to be looked into. There needs to be some type of anonymous reporting system for these mechanical department and the T&E guys. They can report unsafe or near misses, and unsafe acts, whether it be a train master telling them they can't bad order a rail car, anything. Just somehow they can relay some information to the STB, FRA, and the NTSB to let them know what's really going on behind closed doors. And all this boils down to one single thing, and you will hear this saying over and over and over again, and that is PSR. PSR is much more than operating ratios and cutting manpower. It's also jeopardizing public safety. It's jeopardizing crew safety, and it's jeopardizing our economy and our infrastructure in this country. And it needs to be addressed now, way sooner than later, before this happens again. So keep that in mind. These Class 1s are trying to get rid of conductors on the head end. This crew, the engineer conductors, saved lives here in Ohio. And this can happen anywhere. Whether you're around BNSF, CSX, UP, CN, CP, NS, it doesn't matter. They're all hauling dangerous materials, loaded rail cars daily. And, pay attention to the news, because the whole two-man crew argument thing's been going on for years. It's just been really hard to get this information out to the public. These companies accountable. This is NS's fault, solely. NS's fault. They need to be, like the governor said, they need to be paying for everything, and they can. Just little FYI, they spent billions of dollars in stock buybacks. They can spend millions and millions of dollars to make sure this city right here is taken care of and the residents are taken care of, and it's not even going to put a dent in their pocketbook. So I'm done ranting. Just wanted to share that with you guys. I thought it's kind of cowardly that they're worried about their physical threat, so they don't want to go to the town hall meeting. Meanwhile, they could care less about the civilians and innocent civilians and residents of nearby cities and towns to their tracks, because they're willing to gamble taking the conductor on the head end. They're willing to gamble not even letting their car man mechanical department do proper rail car inspections, and all for one single thing, and that is money. So that's all I got from you guys. If you're new here, or if you want to keep up with the rail news, subscribe, like the video if this helps you out in any type of way. Let me know what you think down below, and then hey, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.